How y'all doing today? My name's Ayin. Today's topic of discussion is going to be forgive and forget. Forgive and forget. Wait, what? Let's actually think about that. Forgive and forget. I'm going to tackle the upside of this on what that really means. When you're talking about forgiving and forgetting, normally, I'm going to use this example. I'm going to say me and you. We're working towards something. Something happens. I forgive you. We're going to forget it. We're going to move on, doing better things. Building towards constructive, healthier things. That's how you forgive and you forget and you move on. Now, we got that out the way because it was relatively simple. If you don't want to hear anymore, you can tune out of the video from here on out. I want to address this foolishness that is normally thrown up when you're talking about forgiving and forgetting, and you're going to keep doing the same thing. Well, you're supposed to keep forgiving and forgetting because we're all imperfect. Yeah, I understand that. I would like for my forgiveness, I'm saying the forgiveness that people give me, no, I wouldn't want an end date on it. Yeah, I would like to keep, because I know that I'm imperfect and I'm going to continue to make mistakes. But the thing is, I don't want to keep making the same mistakes and being worse at it. If I'm doing that to you, hey, don't worry about forgiving it or forgetting. You need to remember it. You need to chalk it up to the experience so you don't go down this road with Ayin again. That's foolishness to stay in the same position and keep putting that saying on there, oh, just forgive and forget, and we're going to keep having dealings. That's foolish. That's dealing with foolishness. That's dealing with foolish people. Let me explain the reason why I say that that's silly. To keep forgiving and forgetting, we're doing the same thing. We're going to just keep washing it up under the rug. I'm getting more irritated each time that you're doing it. We're up in the ante. Do you see where I'm going with this? I'm forgiving and I'm forgetting, but I'm getting madder each time that I'm so-called forgiving and I'm forgetting. I'm up in the ante, up in the ante. How is that healthy? You can forgive and forget and move on. When I'm thinking about forgiving and forgetting, I'm thinking about whatever it was that was so bad that I had to do that and put it down. I would like to not return to it, or at least not return to it in that same capacity. Because I don't want to revisit that, because that's putting me in a bad mind frame. Depending on, since I'm generalizing this video, I'm just kind of running with a generic example in my head. I know I hadn't fleshed this out yet on the example I'm thinking about, but work with me here. Whatever it is that I'm forgiving and I'm forgetting, I don't want to revisit that because that was a bad time. That was a bad time for us. So if I done forgave and forgot it and we're moving on, let's move on. But if we have to keep doing this, I need to reevaluate my position. Remember those older videos when I said know your strengths and know your weaknesses and know whatever you're not strong enough to overcome or whatever you're weak at, if it's a weakness that you can't overcome, at least know what it is so you don't fall prey to it. Bingo, right there. That's what we're talking about. Why would I keep falling prey to my weakness so it could ultimately end up in a disastrous situation? Forgive and forget. Forgive and forget. Forgive and forget. This situation is steadily escalating. I'm forgiving. I'm forgetting. I'm forgiving. I'm forgetting. But each time I'm forgiving and I'm forgetting, this situation is getting worse and worse and worse. Things are getting heightened between us. Things are, even though we're coming back from it, because we then forgave and we've forgotten, each time we go back in on it, it's getting a little bit more up there, is what I'm saying. What if you continue on? Well, it's not really a what if, because if it keeps upping and upping and upping, ultimately you will come to something where it won't be a forgive and a forget. It'll be a, uh-oh, that went too far. There's neither forgiving or forgetting because this has went on for too long Too far. That's why I say foolishness. You have to have the mindset of the thinking that if we're going to forgive and forget and move on, I'm not saying, but wait a minute, before I move on, I'm not saying the alternative is to not forgiving and not forgetting, going, hey, I'm going to remember it, tuck this down deep inside so I can hang it over your head. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying, if you're going to be tucking away anything, you can tuck away some experience on that situation that didn't work out. Forgive it, move on. Let the truth be told, one of the things that I found, one reason why it is easy to forgive, forget, move on, is because if I got to remember it and don't forgive it, that's energy that I'm giving away from myself to sit here and sacrifice upon this, to remember this nonsense up from you. Now I got to dedicate a portion of myself, which I'm trying to move on with love and operate from this standpoint, and have a little slice carved off over here of hate towards whatever it is that you've done. Now I'm multitasking. Not only am I multitasking on some foolishness, it has no return on my investment. So I just wanted to clear the air on that, on what I'm saying, so it can be clear on the point of what I'm making. Oh, since you're saying, forgiving and forgetting is foolish, what are you saying? We should tuck this down and, just run with it? No. Forgive, forget, move on. You can take that however you want to take it. Whether we're moving on together or I'm moving on my own. Whatever, so we don't have to keep revisiting this situation because it's silly. That's what I'm thinking about when I'm talking about forgiving and forgetting. I have nothing else to contribute to this topic. If you hadn't already, hit that subscribe button. Follow me on my social media, Facebook. I don't know where I was going with that. I want to say Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, Instagram. Obviously, I'm on YouTube. This is where I'm hosting my videos at. Stay encouraged. Avoid being discouraged. I'm Aim. You have a good one.